Hi, and welcome back to another YouTube video from the Marriage and Family Clinic. My name is Amanda Cummins. I'm a therapist here at the clinic. Today I have some tips for you on how therapists do self-love. So I'm sure you've heard of the term self-care, taking care of yourself, doing things that you like. Self-love is really similar. It's just learning how to love yourself and be able to fulfill yourself in the way that nobody else honestly can. And so the first tip on how therapists do self-love in order for you to apply for yourself as well is acknowledge your emotions and feelings. So when emotions and needs come up, don't just let those slip away. Don't feel like, I can let this go, I can forget about it, I can ignore this, I can deal with this later. No, acknowledge it in the moment. When an emotion comes up or a need comes up, ask yourself, what is it that's driving that? Why is this coming up? What is it trying to tell you? What do you need to follow up with in order to fulfill this emotion or fulfill this need that's coming up so that you can let it go and close it in a successful way. But that also applies to positive feelings as well. If positive feelings are coming up, own it. Acknowledge it, ask yourself, what is making me have such an awesome day today? Being able to identify strengths like that really helps you gain an awareness of yourself and to love yourself even more. The second tip I have for you is to take time for yourself. So this relates to self-care. It's most definitely important to have quality time with your friends, your family, and your loved ones, but it is just as important to have time for yourself, to do the things that are fulfilling for you. So whatever that looks like for you, whether it be you're going to do some arts and crafts, you're going to go to the gym, you're going to go on a nice hike, you're going to play with your dog, whatever that looks like for you, I want you to start making yourself a priority in order to do it, because that is really where fulfillment's going to come in. The third thing is boundaries. So if you have strong emotions, values, beliefs about certain things, recognize them. Set a boundary around it so that you don't feel like you're pushed in another direction that you really don't feel comfortable with. An example of boundaries as well could be you've had a difficult week at work, you're really stressed out, you're completely exhausted physically and mentally. So at that point, don't extend yourself further in order to meet other people's needs. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself first, because we have to take care of ourselves first in order to help other people as well. So setting boundaries is essential in that regard. The fourth tip that I have for you is to give yourself some positive affirmations. And so this is like being able to recognize your strengths, the things that you're good at, when you have really positive moments that you contributed to. I want you to start, engaging in self-talk, telling yourself you did a great job. Maybe you write down these affirmations and put it on your mirror and look at it every day, as cheesy as that sounds. Whatever it is that works best for you so that you're being mindful of your strengths and giving yourself that affirmation. And then the last tip that I have for you is to give yourself some slack. So I know the feeling, we tend to give other people more slack than we do ourselves. We can be our biggest critic. But giving yourself some slack, knowing that we all make mistakes sometimes, and the thing to do is identify maybe what we could have done better or what do we learn from this situation in order to move forward. So give yourself some slack. Don't beat yourself up. And so the 5 tips again, just really quick. First, make sure that you're acknowledging your feelings and needs. Don't push those away. Don't try to ignore them. The second thing, take time for yourself. Really engage in self-care. The third, have boundaries when you need them. Make sure that you're a priority for yourself. 4, give yourself some positive affirmations. Make sure that you're identifying your strengths. And the 5th one, give yourself some slack. So don't beat yourself up when you do make a mistake. I would love to hear maybe what other tips that you feel there are in relation to self-love. If you want to put those in the comments below, we'd love to hear from you. Otherwise, we look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you. Bye.